Hello traders, this is my weekly analysis on gold, what I'm expecting, and just like for every week we are always checking our data, analyzing the chart outside the charts. Yeah, so that's what we do here before we come to the chart. So I'll quickly show you what I'm expecting on gold with the data I have on my table. All right, so we've done the January analysis, we've done the February analysis, and now we are in March. The first week in March, we had a 4,000 pips from the high of the week to the low of the week. So the high of the week formed on Monday, and the low of the week formed on Tuesday. And if you remember in my last video, I mentioned that pay attention to Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And after that, I've come with a summary of the days Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays, and for us to know the number of times Monday has shown on our table. So we have Monday showing 4 times right now because it was meant to be 3, but because I added this first week in March to it, we now have 4. Then Tuesday now 3, Wednesday 4, Thursday 1, and Friday 6. So we'll be using these numbers to determine the days we should pay attention to the coming week. So next week, which is going to be the second week in March, we should pay attention to Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. These are the important days for you to look for your setup. If you get a setup on Monday, expect that it's going to deliver so much for you. If you get your setup on Wednesday and Friday, expect the same thing. I also mentioned last week that we should be expecting a spike in the number of pips, just like we had in the last week in January, we had in the first week in February, and now we have 4,000 pips in the first week in March. I don't know if this number is the spike I'm expecting, but this is not the spike I'm expecting. We should see more in the second or third or fourth week. I'm expecting more, like maybe 6,000 or 8,000 pips. So this week delivered, the first week delivered 4,000 pips, and I'm optimistic that subsequent weeks, at least we should see like 2,000 pips minimum. We should see 2,000 pips minimum because we've not gone, okay, so just one time we've gone to 1,860, but subsequent weeks should deliver more than that. So that's all I have to say. So Tuesday was Monday from the high and Tuesday from the low of the week. So if you had held a trade from Monday and closed at the end of Tuesday, you would have made 4,000 pips. And also remember, I said if you are holding a trade on Monday, it is good for you to hold your trade to Wednesday or Friday. So if you had held your trade on Wednesday, you would have also closed in good profit. So let's quickly move into what I'm expecting for this week on the chart. So let's quickly check that right now. What am I expecting based on weekly? Let's check weekly time frame to see what we have on the weekly. On the weekly time frame, we don't have any breakouts. We don't have a breakout on weekly. Okay, yeah, we do. See a breakout on, yeah. So we have a breakout on weekly, meaning that breakout is our direction. We should always trade with the breakout. So now that we've gotten this breakout on weekly, we just need to go to daily to confirm if the breakout is ready to, keep pushing to the upside. And at the end of the of last week, we could see this, this push to the downside. It came to tap this rejection block, and although there was no liquidity around this zone. There was no liquidity. Market just came, spiked down, and pushed back up. So we should check 4 hours if we have a breakout to the upside here to confirm this movement to the upside. So let's check 4 hours if we have a break. We have a break on 4 hours. So we had this break on 4 hours, but it's not a recent break. So um, it was okay for us to consider um, okay. So we didn't have a break of a swing high on 4 hours, but we had this break. So this break led us to look for a retracement to the downside, and market has done that. And I think market is trying to push to the upside. So this week, if we get a retracement, if we get a push up at first at market opening and we get a retracement down, we can expect this movement to the upside. But this should be the major movements we should be expecting this week. But in case you get market opens and it gets like a breakdown to the downside here and get a retracement, just follow them to the downside. In all the cases, the direction the market decides to go is going to be a massive push, either to the upside or to the downside. So you just need to work with the structure and flow with it. So if I can, what will confirm this push to the upside, what is going to confirm this push to the upside for me is if we get a final break of this 1 hour swing high. If we get a final break, because up to now, market has not broken this high. So if you get a final break of this high, you can expect a retracement and just keep following them to the upside. It's going to be a massive push, and I'm not here to see this is the number of pips we'll be getting, but let me just see if I can. Imagine getting like 1,500 pips. So if you'll be getting that for the coming week, and if the market is going to be pushing to the downside, expect a massive push to the downside. Market is going to come and test this trend line and push below this trend line. So based on the analysis I made on the table, what day should you pay attention to? Pay attention to Monday. Monday is going to be very, very important for you, because if Monday pushes and keep pushing and keep pushing, Monday might probably form the low or the high of the week. But if you don't get that, you can watch out for Wednesday to follow the market to wherever it wants to go to. So please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I will see you guys next week.